Hello everyone, it is 12:45 a.m. technically, and I am just doing the final touches. You can hear my printer going now, getting ready to head off to Bali in the morning, and I guess I just thought I'd do a quick little video. And yes, now I have brown hair as well, so I have been very quiet on the YouTube front the last probably month, I guess, since I decided not to compete and take a break. Things have been really busy with work and other aspects of my life, and so many positive things. I'm definitely not complaining. I'm in the process of building a house at the moment, which is really fun, and I've been planning this retreat that I'm going on tomorrow, and I think that it was definitely the worst time to compete. And I guess the thing that I wanted to say to you guys is that it's okay to make changes in your life, especially if you are moving towards a more positive state, if you're moving towards a position of happiness, if you're doing things that you genuinely, care about and are passionate about. And yeah, I think that it's okay to not tick something off at the time frame that you set out for yourself. I think that it's important, if something means something to you, that it gets done and that you're dedicated to that goal. But sometimes if you aren't actually doing the things to get there, it might not mean enough to you, and that's okay as well. And that just means that you want to realign and get some new goals, because often what can happen is if there's no new goal set in stone, or new goals or new things to focus on, you feel really lost. And I was lucky that I kind of decided not to compete and had other things that I was focusing my energy on, and it really didn't get me down. I actually stayed sticking to nutrition and everything really well, and had a bit of a diet break, and I'm now back into it again. But I've had some clients lately that have really struggled with this, like they haven't hit a goal at the time frame that they set out, and then they feel really lost and confused, rather than just going, it's okay, like it can take longer to get there, things have happened, maybe certain things have gone on in their life, and you can't be too hard on yourself. That is like the number one thing. If you're too hard on yourself, you're going to constantly be disappointed. At the same time, set new goals, set new structure so that you're motivated, but just stop being so hard on yourself. It's a really big one. And I think with social media, the way it is today, everyone's 10 times harder on themselves, like expecting to look a certain way, feel a certain way, and you see things on social media and you see people's lives and you're like, is that reality? They look happy, should I be like that? Maybe if I had their body, I would feel that way. And there's so much comparison, and then you set yourself up for so much disappointment and so much self-hate, I guess, as a female as well. And again, this is something that a lot of my female clients struggle with, is self-comparison and self-acceptance. When you can learn to start to accept who you are and where you are right now in this very moment, you will start to be able to progress forward so much faster, and also be so much happier along the journey, because each little step forward you feel like you're making achievements, and that's a really big one. So I think for me, if this had been me 3 or 4 years ago pulling out of a prep, I would have been embarrassed, I would have been devastated, I would have been thinking that everyone was judging me for my decisions. And I think that it's interesting how when you let go of really not giving a fuck about what anyone else thinks about your choices, if those choices make you happy, that you begin to be able to unleash so much more potential. So a little bit of an update on that front I thought I would touch on in this video. I am prepping for March, that is the goal, and I'm feeling good this prep. Me and Sean have decided to just work together. We've set out a plan. Obviously I'm going to Bali, and I will be vlogging some of the food and stuff over there. I'm running retreats, so I don't want to be on my phone too much. I want to be with the clients, but we've got a videographer there, so I'll steal some of his footage and put it in on YouTube as well. And yeah, I guess I've got a couple of things coming up, and I think that was a big reason why I did fail a little bit this year, was I had a lot of stuff going on, like travel and business wise, and I wasn't really prioritizing what I had to do for a prep. And I highly encourage my clients to be flexible when they travel and they enjoy and experience life, but I was probably enjoying it a bit too much, especially for someone who's prepping, which is okay. Again, you just have to accept that you made those decisions, and I had a really good time, and I don't regret it. I went to Bali and for a business thing. I went to Melbourne. I went to America, and all of these experiences have helped me grow as a person. So really, how can you hate on that? There's always going to be another comp, but sometimes there's not an opportunity to go hang out with some like-minded people over in the US or in Bali or whatever. So that's the big thing in life. Like, there's always going to be another show. There's always going to be another chance to diet. That's the boring stuff. But the stuff that really gets me excited is things like that. So I'm really happy I did it. But at the same time, it is good to have discipline. Oh, my phone is going off. Thanks, man. It's good to have discipline and also achievement. And obviously I enjoyed all of that, but there's still this little like fire inside of me that wants to really tick this off my bucket list and have that achievement again and show everyone, not so much show everyone because I don't really care about what people think, but prove to myself that I can do this and that I can get back up there and have an amazing time on stage and all of my hard work for the last 4 years, because I do work fucking hard in the gym. I'm very consistent with my training. I may not be as consistent with my nutrition, especially like I said, with traveling a lot this year and just enjoying life a little bit more than what I was say 4 years ago. But training's never been something that I've just stopped. Even when my nutrition's not bang on, I still train. I still always train. I almost, if anything, train harder because I'm like, well, probably ate too many calories when I was over in the US, so I better work my ass off in the gym. It's not work it off, but it's work hard because I've got extra energy, I've got extra calories in me, and that is a big thing as well. You don't want to try out train a bad diet, but at the same time, if you know you're eating more, get your ass to the gym, because if you don't, you're eating more and you're not moving, you're gonna gain fat, and that was obviously not my plan. So body fat wise, I am feeling a little bit leaner. The last couple of weeks, we've only really been dieting for probably 2 weeks now. Sean's gone a little bit more aggressive because I have got Bali, where training won't be spot on, nutrition won't be too bad. I think I'll still be able to do a pretty good job of it because I'm choosing all the food and have planned that all out for the retreat. And then me and Sean are going to Japan in December for Christmas. So that will be a bit harder again with training and probably nutrition. So we're going to try to get ahead before we go over there. So when I get back, I've got about 4 more weeks till we go there, so I'm just going to really smash that 4 weeks out so I can hopefully try to have a small diet break there, and then I get back and it's only like 9 weeks till comp, so it's actually coming around all really fast, which is scary. So scary but fun, and I think that's one last thing I want to touch on in this quick little update, is that in life lots of things are going to scare you. Lots of things you're going to be fearful of, but the biggest piece of advice that, if anyone cares about my advice, now that I've got my big 1,000 subscribers, is that you're going to have so many fears in life. You're going to be scared of things, scared of failing, scared of judgment, scared of this, scared of that. But if you don't try, you're never going to know what you're capable of. You're never going to know what you can achieve. And I'm saying this in a very tired / high, almost 1 a.m. video to you guys, is that I never thought a year ago that I would be running a retreat over in Bali and having women travel around from Australia to come and hang out with me and spend time with me. And it wasn't until I had that push from my mentor that said, just do it. Like, of course they'll come. They love hanging out with you. They love you. That I was like, oh, okay, they really do. Okay, this is awesome. Like, people want to spend time with me, and I've been up making sure everything's perfect and getting everything organized and making sure they have a good experience and that it's fun for everyone. So I guess you just got to let go of all those. That fear of failure is a big one. Letting go of that, because if you fail in life, it doesn't mean, like, you don't lose anything from it. You don't lose anything at all, especially if you use that failure as a learning. If you see it as, oh, I failed and I wasted my time, then that's the wrong mindset. It's not going to move you forward. But if you fail and you're like, so I could see, I guess, me not getting on stage this year as a failure, but I don't really. I just see it as a lesson, and the lesson was you weren't prioritizing it enough. You were still putting work before yourself. You're still putting clients before yourself. You're putting everything else before yourself, this house, all of that stuff. So it just wasn't the right time. And that's just a learning. And I know that coming into next year, I have the ability now to pull back a little bit more from work and to prioritize that. But I still want to be a role model for women and showing the sense that you don't need to, like, a prep shouldn't control your life, and that you should still be able to do a lot of things. I was probably just doing too much, because you know me, oh yeah, I'm going to run a retreat and I'm going to run this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to set up a new program and hire new coaches and all of that. So there's been a lot of amazingly positive stuff this year, but it was just a lot on my plate. And now that a lot of things are set up, that I have a couple of new staff on board, team round. I have Jason and Jess, who are amazing, coming to Bali with me, so you'll meet them there. Jason is our NLP practitioner. You've probably seen him a little bit on my social media and stuff like that. So Jace is obviously qualified in mindset, so he's helping all of my women with that, because I think it's important. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a qualified mindset coach. You can get qualified in like a day these days. It's like nutrition courses now, you can get qualified very quickly. I know that I can help my clients with mindset and motivation and all of those things, but the actual tools, I think you need a professional for with some of the bigger cases. So that's why I brought him on board, and he is awesome. And then Jess helps out a lot in my program Breakthrough, which is more, she helps with accountability with the clients, because I want to be able to help more women. And the problem being is that I'm only one person, and this is how I burnt myself out over the last few years. So I've trained up Jess to help answer some of their questions, to help them, keep them accountable, keep them consistent. I still do all the content, all the programs, all the systems, all the nutrition, but it's just a case of having someone there to answer a lot of the small questions that she can answer, because she's been a client of mine for over 4 years now. She's also a personal trainer and a coach, so she gives so much feedback on their training. And it's nice to have people that you can trust on your team. It's very a ruthless industry, the fitness industry, and I've been burnt before by trusting people and, you know, showing them how I do things and everything that I built the last 10 years, and giving that to someone and giving them the opportunities, and had it like thrown back in my face several times. And again, it didn't scare me off from doing it again. It just taught me that you need to be careful in who you hire and who you let come into your environment and community, especially when it's your reputation, it's not theirs. So their name's on it. So that's a big thing for me. But don't ever be scared to let people in and adapt and grow, because without letting those people in, I wouldn't be able to grow in my business, because I was literally doing everything. I was replying to every single email from every inquiry, running every program, doing every system, doing all the admin, doing the accounts, everything. As you can tell, there's much more to it than that. But by letting a few people in, giving them the opportunity to get into the fitness industry as well and to grow, which I love seeing that happen, and I'm happy to help people do so if they've got the right attitude, and doing what I can, that we help each other. They help me grow, take a bit of stress off my mind, take off some of the work that they can do and probably do better than me in some aspects. Jess is very organized, which is really, really helpful for me. And Jason obviously covers a lot of the mindset stuff that I just don't know how to talk about the way that he does. He really is really good at stories and getting in people's heads in a really positive way. So the big things is that, like, again, the burnout and all the stuff that I probably did over the last few years, going too hard, and, you know, the hours that I was working and everything, I'm okay doing that. I don't see it as a failure, because it sets you up for where you are, and you need to work hard to get somewhere where you want to be. And I'm not scared to do the hard work, but at the same time, you got to prioritize yourself, and that's probably something I didn't do the last 3-4 years, even the last 6 months. So now, the next 6 months, it's going to be selfish. It's going to be all about me. No, but in terms of goals, yes, it is. I'm going to get more serious. I actually feel like I got my fire back in my belly for a prep, and getting up on stage and maybe dyeing my hair was what I needed to get my mojo back, and just to bring a whole new package to the stage. So it's exciting, and I thought I would do this little life update before I head off to Bali. And it is now 1 a.m. I have to be up for my flight at 5:30 a.m. so I'm going to go get a solid 5 hours sleep, and I'll see you over in Bali. Thanks for tuning in to another video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like, give it a subscribe if you haven't been on my channel before. Make sure you go watch some videos, because they're definitely not me just talking to the camera like this. Comment if you enjoyed this style of video. I don't know if you guys do. If you do, I will probably do one of these once a week, because it's super easy to do, barely any editing, but I just don't know if people want to hear me ramble. So tell me if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll chat to you in the next video. See ya.